Pascal Siakam going into the playoffs was one of the better players in the league, or at least that's what we thought, because after a terrible performance in the playoffs, I can comfortably say I do not believe Pascal Siakam is as good as we all thought he was. Actually, I can comfortably say I believe this year's performance was kind of a fluke, and I think the bubble exposed Pascal Siakam for being overrated and being arguably the most overrated basketball player of the 2020 NBA season. But before I go any further with this video, I'd like to give a shout out to the Overtime Podcast. It's a podcast that me and my boy Jay Smooth and Darius, the Cavs fan, as well as my guy Bino, we come on and we talk about some basketball topics. We just reacted to the NBA championship and just the finals as a whole. LeBron getting his 4th championship, if he's closer to Jordan, a whole bunch of topics. Y'all just go and check it out. Got clips on the second channel, and for the full episodes, you can check it out on Apple Podcast. But without further ado, enough of all the plugs. Let's get back to the topic of Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam was literally scamming all of us. This guy made us think that he was a star in the NBA. He actually made an all-NBA team. And if I'm being real with you, if it wasn't for what I saw in the playoffs, I wouldn't have made this video, because he played terrible in the bubble before the playoffs started. And against Brooklyn, he had some sus moments, but he still did average 20 points per game. But damn, against the Celtics, Siakam was just completely garbage. Against the Celtics, he put up averages of 15.7 rebounds and 3 assists, shooting 38% from the field, 12% from 3. 12%. While also attempting nearly 5 of them a game, and shot 72 to 73% at the free throw line. Siakam was terrible offensively, and I know he does play a very vital role to their defense, so I'm not going to say he was useless out there. He definitely did contribute with his defensive efforts, but offensively, what's crazy is that he had multiple teammates who outplayed him, such as Kyle Lowry, who averaged 21.6 rebounds and 6 assists while shooting 44% from the field. Serge Ibaka, who averaged 12 points and 6 rebounds, shooting 53% from the field, 48% from behind the arc, and didn't miss a free throw throughout that entire series. And you have OG Anunoby, who not only hit the game winner in game 2 to avoid them from going down 3-0 in the series, but he also shot 47% from the field and 46% from behind the arc while averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds. So as far as the teammates around him, they played considerably well, and Pascal Siakam was the one who underperformed. And I know Van Vliet didn't play all that well, but at least he was playmaking. Pascal Siakam, offensively, he was giving them literally nothing at all. He was a negative completely. And I think the real reason why is because he got exposed for not being that skilled of a scorer. He just has one go-to move, and that's really it. He's also very effective in transition, and now that the bubble is kind of taking away that atmosphere that they have in Toronto, you can definitely see the effect on his game, because with half-court offense becoming a very important aspect in the bubble, it's going to be very hard for players like Pascal Siakam, who aren't really that great of shot creators, and considering that the Raptors wanted him to be the #1 option, yeah, that was just never going to work out in the long run. And that's definitely why I believe he worked better with Kawhi Leonard as the second option last year. Please do not forget, Pascal Siakam had a 32-point game in Game 1 of the NBA Finals in his finals debut alongside Kawhi Leonard. No, it wasn't because he was that skilled of an offensive scorer that he was just able to put up buckets on Draymond's head. Yeah, don't get me wrong, he definitely played his part. You got to go out there and score, right? But it's also because Kawhi Leonard had so much defensive attention that it was just easier for Pascal Siakam to get his buckets, and play his game. But now with Kawhi Leonard gone, Pascal Siakam has more defensive attention than ever, and he just cannot create, forcing Kyle Lowry or Fred VanVleet to have to be the closers of the games. And don't get me wrong, they definitely did show up in some big moments, especially Kyle Lowry down the stretch, but they can only take you so far. And when you're facing a team that has Kemba Walker that could be their fourth option on some nights, yeah, you're going to need all the offensive consistency that you can get from your top guys, which obviously Siakam was unable to give them. And when I look at this Toronto Raptors team going forward, the financial implications of Pascal Siakam's contract are going to be pretty hefty because I don't think he's worth it at all. He got exposed for not even being a top 20 player. I don't view Siakam as a top 20 player in the league. Honestly, I don't even think he's better than a Trae Young or a Devin Booker. Yes, I know those guys are losing, but them offensively, they are far more skilled than Siakam, and they can be a better number one. Siakam is not a good number one whatsoever. He got exposed for being a fraud. He was scamming us, bro. He was scamming us throughout the entire regular season because when the chips were on the line in the bubble, he got exposed. And a lot of players got exposed for their lack of a half-court offense. Guys like him, Westbrook, Giannis, they all are in the same category, and they have a lot to improve on in this coming offseason. Siakam, I know he technically is in his prime. He's supposed to be in his prime right now. I mean, the guy is 26 years old, so maybe he can improve this upcoming offseason. He's improved every year, or so we thought. We all thought he improved this year, but in reality, he just got a lot of touches. So maybe he'll prove us wrong. Maybe next year, he'll work on his game. He'll become more of a shot creator, a better three-point shooter, because his defense is legit. He's a great defender. He did get an All-NBA selection and an All-Star appearance this year, so he's got some awards on his resume, and hopefully he improves. But man, it is not looking good for Toronto, but they do have some attempts to get Giannis in free agency. We've all heard those rumors, and the free agency class of next year, not this upcoming year, but the year after that, it's going to be pretty stacked. It has some real nice potential to be pretty crazy that offseason, so maybe the Raptors will make some noise. But as far as Pascal Siakam goes, I do not believe that he is a top 20 player in the league, and honestly, I don't even view him as the best player on his team. I think that's Kyle Lowry. Honestly, I believe Kyle Lowry is the best player on that Toronto Raptors team, and one could even make the argument that Kyle Lowry is the greatest Raptor of all time. I personally believe he is, but you know, I don't want to get into that. That's a topic for another discussion. That concludes this video though. Pascal Siakam, the scammer, been scamming us throughout the entire year. Y'all let me know your opinions on him in the comment section if you agree or disagreed with anything that I said. I'm sure a lot of Raptor fans are going to get on me in the comment section and tell me I don't watch their games, but feel free to let me know your opinions down there. Hit the subscribe button and push that bell for post notifications. Do not forget to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The link for my social media accounts are down below in the description box. Check out the Overtime Podcast. The links are down below as well. You guys stay safe and please wear a mask. I'm out. Peace.